I did not wake up that morning planning to kill anyone.
30 students would lie motionless on the ground, and the town would finally learn what my hunger had made me become. Every December, Umola came alive. Young men who had left for the city came back with shiny cars and threw money in the air. I stood at the corner watching them. My friends pulled up in their new cars, laughing. "Chidi, come and join us," they called, waving cash in my face. I smiled. I walked away. My feet were bare on the hot ground. That night, I sat in my room staring at the ceiling. I clenched my fists until my nails dug into my palms. "This shame is too much," I said to the darkness. "Next Christmas, they will look at me and bow, no matter what it takes." I didn't know someone was listening. That afternoon, a man stood at my door and asked for money I did not have. When I told him to wait, he laughed and said poverty had no waiting time. As he walked away, I felt smaller than the dust on my floor. That was the moment I decided I would never beg again. I heard about the chairman from whispers. Everyone knew his mansion on the lonely hill. At night, it glowed with cold light. People said he could make you rich. They said his help came at a price. I climbed the hill. "What do I have to lose?" I muttered, pushing through the tall grass. When I reached his house, the door opened on its own. He sat in a large chair, his face hidden. His voice rumbled like distant thunder. "What do you want?" "I want to be rich," I said. My voice shook. "I'll do anything." He leaned forward. His eyes burned like coals. "Anything?" I nodded. My legs went weak. He laughed. "There are 3 paths. You must choose one. First, you can sacrifice your mother." My heart stopped. "No, I can't, Joe." "Second, you can give up your manhood, your strength, your pride, gone forever." My stomach twisted. "Or," he said, his voice dropping, "you can harm innocent children. Their laughter will turn to tears. Their lives will fuel your fortune." I stepped back. My knees buckled, but I didn't fall. I could have left then. I could have walked back down that hill. I told myself I would rather live with blood on my hands than return to being nothing. I went home. For days I couldn't sleep. Each option haunted me. But every time I thought of staying poor, my chest burned. I climbed the hill again. I made my choice. "I'll harm the children," I whispered. He smiled. His teeth were sharp. He handed me a small black bag. "Mix these with food. Give it to the children. Their lives will fuel your fortune." My hands shook as I took it. "What happens after?" "You'll be rich, but remember, this must be done every December when Christmas is approaching." I walked down the hill. The wind whispered behind me. I didn't look back. Christmas came. Children ran through the streets, their laughter sweet as bird songs. I locked myself in my room. I opened the black bag. The powder looked ordinary, but smelled like something burnt. I mixed it into 3 packs of food, rice, stew, a few sweets. My hands trembled as I sealed them. I could have stopped then. I could have thrown them away. I stepped outside. I smiled wide. "Merry Christmas," I called. They ran to me. Uncle Chidi brought food. I knelt down. I handed them the packs. "Eat well, my little ones." "Thank you, Uncle Chidi." "God bless you," they said, their tiny hands clutching the cursed meals. I told myself it was only 3. Days passed. Then my phone rang. A wealthy businessman. An offer I couldn't refuse. Deals fell into my lap. Money poured in. My life transformed overnight. I bought a shiny black car. I wore clothes that sparkled. I built a house so grand that everyone stopped to stare. "Mr. Chidi is so generous," people said. "God has blessed him." At night, I heard their laughter. The 3 children. But I pushed it away. I told myself greed had a voice God would understand. Then the news came. One of the 3 children fell sick. Then another. Within days, all 3 were dead. When I heard the news, my legs went weak. I knew then that what I was doing could still be stopped. I stood there for a long time, doing nothing. Then I picked up the phone and called the chairman again. The town mourned quietly. 3 deaths could be explained. Bad food, illness, bad luck. But Mama Ngozi knew. She had lived in Umola for 70 years. She went to the parents' homes. She examined the bodies, smelled their clothes, asked questions. What did they eat before they died? Food from Mr. Chidi. I saw her watching me from across the street. Her eyes burned with suspicion. She saw my new car, my grand house. She saw how I smiled too widely. "Something is wrong with that man," she muttered. But she was old. No one listened to old women anymore. Christmas came again. I was ready. This time I didn't stop at 3. I prepared 100 cursed food packs. I worked quickly, mixing the powder into each one. "This year, my riches will double," I whispered. I got careless. Miss Ada, a teacher from St. Kizito Secondary School, came to my house. She wanted to invite me to their Christmas party. I was in the kitchen, mixing the powder. I didn't hear her footsteps. She pushed the door open. She saw the black bag. She saw the powder. She saw the way my hands moved. Her breath caught. She stepped back quietly and left. I could have confessed then. I could have stopped. But I told myself she didn't know what she saw. On the last day before Christmas, I arrived at St. Kizito Secondary School. The children ran to the gate when they saw my car. I stepped out, wearing fine cloth. "Good afternoon, my children." The head teacher welcomed me with open arms. "Mr. Chidi, your kindness is unmatched. You are a blessing to us." Miss Ada stood at the back of the crowd. I saw her stomach churn. I saw her wanting to shout, but she stayed silent. My workers unloaded bags of rice, cartons of drinks, envelopes of money. "Thank you, Mr. Chidi," they shouted. I smiled and waved. Inside, I felt nothing. Among the students was Linda. Her parents had warned her never to take anything from me. They had tried to warn the other parents too. "Don't let your children accept gifts from Mr. Chidi," they pleaded. But the parents dismissed them. "You're being too superstitious." Even the head teacher waved them off. "Mr. Chidi has been generous to every school in this town. Now that it's our turn, there's no way we're turning him away." Their rejection sealed what was coming. At the party, the children tore into their food packs. Linda stood at the edge, watching. Her friends called to her, "Linda, come and eat. Mr. Chidi's food is so sweet." She took a step forward. Then she hesitated. She stepped back. She didn't eat the food. Then one student clutched their chest and fell. "Ah, somebody help," a teacher screamed. Another child collapsed. Then another. Benches scraped. A plate shattered. Someone shouted, "Kioma!" Then Emeka. Teachers rushed forward, shoes pounding on concrete. Children scrambled backwards, eyes wide, not understanding. A whistle blew, then another scream. More bodies hit the ground. Parents outside the gate heard the screaming. They crashed through the entrance. A mother fell to her knees, pulling her child into her arms. Doors slammed. A teacher tried to carry 2 children at once, stumbling under their weight. "Call the ambulance." "Water, get water." But it was too late. Their eyes had already closed. I stood there. I watched them fall. I kept smiling. Miss Ada stood frozen. "I should have spoken," she whispered, tears streaming. "I should have stopped him." Linda watched helplessly as her classmates fell. The sight was too much. She fainted. By the end of the day, 30 lifeless bodies lay on the school grounds. Parents wailed. Teachers cried. The entire town roared with fear. The Zanes heard what happened. They rushed home. Linda was nowhere to be found. "She should be home by now," Mrs. Zane said, her voice trembling. Their neighbor's daughter came to the door. "Linda has been sneaking out to school," she revealed. "She hides her uniform in a bag." The Zanes ran to the school, then to the hospital. They found Linda lying on a bed. Her face was pale, her eyes closed, but she was breathing. "She's alive," Mrs. Zane cried. "Your daughter fainted from shock," the doctor explained. "She didn't eat the food, so she's safe." As they left the hospital, they saw other parents weeping over lifeless bodies. The Zanes approached them. "We warned you," Mrs. Zane said. "We told you not to trust Chidi, but you didn't listen." The parents could only cry. Back at St. Kizito Secondary School, the surviving children stood together. When the police arrived, they broke the silence. "It was him," one cried, pointing at me. "He gave us the food." Miss Ada stepped forward. "I saw him. Days ago, I saw him mixing something into food packs. I should have spoken sooner. I'm sorry." I had stood tall and confident just hours ago. Now my hands shook, my knees buckled. I fell to the ground. "I didn't mean for this to happen," I wailed. But the children didn't stop. "He did it," they shouted. I broke down. "It's the chairman's shrine. I made a deal for wealth. I cursed the food." The head teacher pointed at me. "You are a monster," she screamed. The police handcuffed me. The crowd erupted in angry shouts. "He must pay for this." That night, the townspeople stormed my mansion. They found the shrine in the center, the giant wooden snake coiled around the blood-red altar, the candles, the feathers, the bag of black powder. "Burn it," someone shouted. Flames roared to life. Sparks flew into the night sky. The people chanted, "End this curse." The fire burned until nothing was left but ash. I understand now that hunger does not force a man to choose evil. It only asks the question. I was the one who answered. I was sentenced to life in prison. I sit alone now behind these bars. I see their faces. I hear their laughter when the cell goes quiet. I see their bright eyes in my dreams every night. The town planted trees in the schoolyard. The trees grew tall and strong, their branches reaching toward the sky. Every Christmas after, the people carry the memory of that day. My name became a warning told through generations. I traded small lives for big wealth, but no prayer I know washes hands like mine. No prison they build is darker than the one I built myself. If you enjoyed this story, I'm certain you'll enjoy the next one showing on your screen right now. Please click on the thumbnail to watch the next story. I'd appreciate your support. Like this video, share it with your family and friends, and subscribe to my channel. See you in my next story. Bye.